So, Take-Two Interactive, aka the parent company of the popular developer Rockstar Games, and also known for their infamous move of giving OpenIV a modding software used to mod GTA 5 and GTA 4 a cease and desist order, has a different opinion than the gaming community when it comes to microtransactions. I think we can all agree that, except for the four of you that think microtransactions are amazing, that for the most part, microtransactions are shit. Sometimes they aren't that intrusive with our games, but I would beg to differ with other games. What do you refer to microtransactions to? Cash grabs? Shit? Stupidity? Corporate greed? Maybe even gambling in certain games. Alright, well let's get started. Take-Two Interactive's president Karl Slatoff, I hope I pronounced the name right, has a different review on microtransactions than most gamers do. We don't view that sort of thing as gambling. Our view of it is the same as the ESE statements. In terms of the consumer, the sort of noise you hear in the market right now, for me, it's really all about content. It's all about how we're delivering on content and making sure you're focused on the engagement. I believe that Rockstar really does care about its gamers for the most part. And same goes with Take-Two, for the most part, when it comes to putting content first. They pulled the bullshit stunt with OpenIV, yes, but we're not here to talk about that. I'm talking about the quality of their games. The example that we'll use is, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5. Rockstar has a wealth of content in GTA's story mode, and that can be said for pretty much every GTA game. Whether you enjoy all the content or not in these games is purely your opinion, but you cannot deny the fact that each game in the series has a wealth of content. It doesn't matter as much if you don't enjoy the content, yes, but it's still there, I guess. Don't take that the wrong way. I do not agree whatsoever with the quantity over quality mindset, but you guys know my point. Anyway, all the content that is done with the initial 60, except for the one that was on DS and PlayStation Portable, I think. Which one was that? Grand Theft Auto 5 was the first GTA game to contain a big-ass online mode that is playable with up to 16 characters on the same map. And over time, they have released updates for the game, adding new stuff like cars, weapons, and clothing items, and most importantly, new game modes. The best part? They released this shit post-launch for free. Not DLC, for free. But they released shark cards. These are microtransactions. Yes, they may not be that intrusive, but the funny thing about them is that even though they are not directly intrusive, but by technicality, they are at the exact same time. Yeah, they don't pop up random ads telling you to buy shark cards during gameplay or anything like that, but these ads do appear on some loading screens for online mode. But with how fucking expensive almost everything in the game is, you may sometimes feel obligated to purchase some of these I'm too fucking lazy to play the game long enough packs. Not horrible, but kind of stupid at the same time, right? Exactly. Except for those few times when you get banned if you buy a bunch of them because you are hacking by getting too much money too quickly. Although it's still not as bad as what other developers have put out for other titles. However, with the recent event of Star Wars Battlefront 2 EDAS Games version, I think that it's safe to say that people have been pretty upset with microtransactions and made their voices be heard, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or even Reddit. Take-Two has heard everyone's complaints and replied to them, stating them as not related to gambling. Here's the rest of the company president Karl Slatoff's statement. And I think that has been our strategy. That's where we're focused. And as long as you keep your eye on that ball, you're going to be okay. Because the consumer is going to be really happy with what they get. Not always, buddy. You can't force the consumer to do anything. And it's like you try to do your best to create the best experience you possibly can do to drive engagement. And driving engagement creates value in entertainment franchises. That's just how it's been and how it will always be. Okay, first off, I'd just like to take a moment and say that I'm greatly appreciative that they agree that content should come before the extra monetization and shit like that. However, the question still stands though. Why the hell do you think microtransactions, especially loot boxes, will make anyone happy with them? Sure, they might not always be aggravated by these cash grab moves, but pretty much everyone with common sense, anyway, agrees that loot boxes are bullshit. The Rocket League developers were in deep shit for a while when they pulled the loot box shit with Rocket League. So what they do? They made it off by default, but let you turn it on if you want to with their crate system. If you really wanted it for some odd reason, you can turn it back on. Then there's Take-Two and Rockstar, who's putting loot boxes in a highly anticipated sequel, Red Dead 2. Perhaps you've heard about it? I'm sorry guys, but no one will ever want loot boxes. It is gambling, especially in games like, drumroll please, BADAM! Loot boxes are stupid, and they may not be consistently intrusive or annoying, but they are more annoying than something like the GTA 5 shark cards. They're literally gambling because a majority of the times when loot boxes are used, you don't earn them gradually like you do in games like Overwatch. You actually have to pay actual cash for shit like that, whether you want it or not. They even get, and loot boxes either give you a pack of items that you are either too low of a level to even be able to use, or don't fucking want. They don't ever give you anything good. If they give you anything good, I'll be completely fucking shocked, because most of the time they give you shitty things in loot boxes. Loot boxes are nothing but gambling bullshit. And I'm sorry if you bought any, because you could have saved that money for something good, like a new game, a movie, hell, fucking buy some weed if you really wanted to. Any of those would be a much better use of your Minecraft money and Mary Jane cash than buying loot boxes. Good night, and take care.